Sheriff, pray, bring us order.
The meeting will now come to order.
Which ennobles human endeavors and guides and gathers the human family, we can, I trust, each one of us, agree upon those things which we most hope for this commanding company of students, as well as for their families and friends here present with them. We can, I trust, agree that it is worthwhile to note their accomplishments with solemn celebration, trusting that it might instill within them an abiding appreciation for having shared with common purpose freedom of inquiry in the letters, arts, and sciences in an atmosphere of mutual respect, generosity of spirit, and openness of heart. We can, I trust, agree that it is worthwhile to recognize the solidarity they have come to experience through the dedication and consideration of the faculty and staff in order that they might esteem such a sacred trust and with self-respect, attentiveness to all and to the created order, encourage through all of their endeavors and in every place they will find themselves, the compassion, integrity, and humble decency needed to enhance the lives of others. We can, I trust, resort to opening this, their new beginning, by intending that our graduates be instilled with the courage and conviction necessary to accept new challenges, embrace unexpected opportunities, cultivate peace, act with justice, and foster always and everywhere an enduring sense of goodwill. And so I trust we have. Thus, may it be now and always for this, the class of 2015. Amen.
Please be seated. So on behalf of the college, I'd like to open these ceremonies by extending a warm welcome to all of you, students, families, friends, and distinguished guests. We are delighted to see you here and grateful that you have gathered from near and far for this wonderful day. And I'd like to offer special thanks to Sheriff Bowler for this special kickoff to the ceremony. With this, the college's 226th commencement, we continue the tradition of flying the flags of each of the 40 countries represented by this year's graduates, colorful and inspiring symbols of the world from which our students have gathered. One of the nicest aspects of the weekend is being able to watch our graduates share moments with faculty and staff who have done so much to make their Williams experience productive and rewarding. And I ask, therefore, that we recognize all members of the Williams faculty and staff with our applause. And not a single graduate would be here today without the support and encouragement of many people. So I ask that we similarly recognize all of our students' parents, other faculty members, and friends who are with us here today. Four guests we are particularly pleased to welcome this weekend are the recipients of the Olmsted Prize for Excellence in Secondary School Teaching, honored yesterday at Ivy Exercises. We ask our recipients to please stand and ask the audience to hold applause until all names are announced. Christopher Aviles of Dorchester, Massachusetts. Mark Leap of Kendallville, Indiana. Keith Miller of Cold Spring Harbor, New York. And Stephanie Rossi of Wheat Ridge, Colorado. Most prizes and fellowships awarded to members of the senior class were announced by Dean Bolton yesterday at Ivy Exercises. A list of the recipients, as well as lists of seniors receiving various categories of honors, can be found in the back of the commencement program. Please join me in congratulating them on their wonderful achievements. The William Bradford Turner Citizenship Prize was established in the memory of Mr. Turner of the class of 1914, who was killed in action in France in 1916. The prize is awarded to that member of the graduating class who, in the judgment of the faculty, fellow seniors, the dean of the college, and the president, has rendered the most exemplary service to the college and to fellow students. This year's recipient has focused his remarkable energies and talents on strengthening our community. He has done this work from his first days on campus, stepping forward in many contexts over 4 years to lead conversations that have resulted in a deeper welcome for every student who arrives at Williams. His grace in those conversations, telling hard truths while also listening deeply and insisting that we hold within us the capacity to be an even stronger community, has made him a trusted leader. As a deeply respected peer and a leader in many organizations, including Wolf, Students Against Silence, and Men for Consent, this history major and international studies concentrator is truly an outstanding Williams citizen. I now have the pleasure of calling on stage this year's winner of the William Bradford Turner Citizenship Prize, Long Dang. Since 1795, seniors have spoken from the commencement stage. Indeed, in early years, all seniors spoke. Are you comfy? The present wiser practice of limiting the student speakers to 3 members of the class began in 1901. 1 speaker is chosen by the class, 1 is selected by the Phi Beta Kappa Society, and the last speaker is our valedictorian. It is now my pleasure to introduce our class speaker, Long Dang.
Wow. I feel like a mosquito in a nudist colony. I honestly just don't know where to start. Well, first, to my parents. Gamong ma, gamong ba. I wouldn't be here without you guys. Thank you, friends, professors, teachers, ushers, staff, families, and everyone in between. Thank you for listening to us and talking to us during the darkest of times and the brightest of moments. We're all standing on the shoulders of giants. We wouldn't be here without your love, your kindness, and your support. For that, we owe you our endless gratitude. As this college experience reaches its conclusion, I want everyone to close their eyes. Close them now, guys. Let us rest and reinvigorate our minds, hearts, and spirits. It's time to start anew. You can open them now. At the end of this long, difficult, but glorious journey, I think each of us has learned how to figure it out. Whether it's dealing with the endless stress of work, living alone, or even just getting lost in a new space, we've learned to figure it out. We've learned to trust ourselves and our abilities. We've learned to talk to people and ask for help. But most of all, we've learned to stay calm. Instead of panicking, we've embraced the uncomfortable. We've welcomed the obstacles. We've all figured it out and made it through college. An experience that less than 10% of the world deals with. Consider that. I want us to take this figure it out mentality and bring it outside this beautiful bubble. I hope we recognize the importance and the implications of this privilege, this Williams education. Let us use this opportunity and these experiences to do good. Now, what does that mean? It means to do our part and figure out how to improve the lives of those around us. Let us practice warmth, grace, and kindness. Let us address climate change, the expanding student loan crisis, broken immigration reform, let us stand in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. It's time we do our part in becoming the giants who've helped us. It's time we do our part to help others, to empower the people around us, to improve the world we live in. Let us utilize this Williams education for something amazing. Williams class of 2015, we have a responsibility, not as Williams graduates, but as people to make others happy, to invest our energies, our kindness, and our love into our friends and our communities, so that together we can figure it out and make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Long. Our Phi Beta Kappa speaker is Lauren Nevin.
Good morning, everyone. On Commencement Day, it is of course worthwhile to think about the bright points of our college careers, the friendships we regard as resilient, the memories we consider our fondest. Yet, it is also important to engage in another task, reflecting on the times that were difficult, the times that hurt us. Today, I would like to talk about that experience, the experience of processing our more troubled pasts at Williams. We've all experienced both personal and shared struggles on this campus. Therefore, thinking about our troubled past at this college means something different to all of us. For many, it may include a time we didn't give a friendship or a relationship the time it deserved, or that semester we invested too little in school, or perhaps way too much. When we disregarded struggles at home, or rather when struggles at home consumed our existence here. Or perhaps for some of us, it involves a time when we confined our sense of self to merely one or two layers of our full identity, whether that was our gender, race, sexuality, disability, or class. And for many of us, our troubled past, whether it takes one of these forms or another, may not be confined to the past, and rather may exist very much in the present. So even though it may seem undesirable or even harmful to do so, it is worth considering these difficult parts of our time at Williams on Commencement Day. Because contemplating our troubled past is one means to empowering ourselves as Williams graduates. I encourage all of us to recognize and appreciate the ability we have to treat our hurtful memories intentionally and purposefully, to take our troubled memories and to fold them up into a form we can control and hold in our hands. What relationship do we wish to have with our hurtful memories, and how do we intend to fit them within our own personal narratives? The answers to these questions will be different for all of us. And after several difficult years here, I sought to find my own answers to these questions. And among many valuable approaches, I found one that has provided liberation for me and allowed me to truly enjoy a vindicating final semester at Williams. And that is leaving behind not all, but some of the memories from my troubled past here, folding them up and leaving them right here in this valley. We often hear the phrase, "we are our past," or "our past defines us." And this is certainly true, and in so many ways, our struggles do define our identities. But that does not mean we necessarily have to carry all of our struggles with us. We possess the agency to shape and control our troubled past in the ways we deem most redemptive, therapeutic, and empowering. And if we all exercise this power, I don't think any of us will look at this Purple Valley again in quite the same way. Though it is a limited and confining geographic space, this campus and this valley have extraordinary depth. Certainly, that depth allows space for all of us to shed whatever troubled memories here we want to and need to leave behind. Yet, there are also aspects of our troubled past that we want to and need to keep with us, and the depth of the valley allows space for those too. So, class of 2015, remember that if and when we do return to this valley, it will not only welcome all of us back, but it will also reassure us that we need only bear the struggles from our time here that we want to define us, the struggles that we consent to carrying. Thank you.
As our final student speaker, we welcome the valedictorian of the class of 2015, Emma Harrington.
Imagine you're in Vegas. You slide onto a stool and drop a quarter into the slot machine. Suddenly, lights are flashing, sirens are blaring, and 400 quarters are spewing into your tray. You walk away with pounds of quarters and tons of courage. The rest of the day, you take more chances than you otherwise would have, because you know you can absorb small losses and still end the day ahead. As cliche as it sounds, everyone graduating today has won the jackpot. The quarters started spewing out when we first arrived in Williamstown. When we were awkwardly mingling with entry mates or getting soaked by Hurricane Irene, we may not have felt like winners. Many of us existed in a state of perpetual panic with all the skittishness of prey animals. It was all too easy to forget our accumulated successes amidst the daily gambles. Every test, every game, every party felt like its own gamble on which everything hinged. That was freshman year. Now we're about to graduate. One of the most important lessons I've learned at Williams is how to use past wins to prepare for present risks. For me, nowhere is this clearer than on the softball field. Before every game, we stand on the foul line, remove our caps, and listen to the national anthem. This year, I used that time to think about all the ways in which I had already won. I thought about how lucky I was to go to Williams, to have friends in the stands, to play a sport I love among teammates that I care about, to work with brilliant advisors on my senior thesis, and to have parents who care more about me than anyone rationally should. In the context of so many past gifts, it would be greedy to expect to win the game that was about to begin. Before every game, I collected together the quarters of my past gifts to draw upon if the game got tight. Between pitches, I often touched the Williams logo on my cap to remind myself of all my past successes. I knew that the gambles that didn't pan out and the big hits I gave up would feel smaller in comparison to my pile of past wins. Fellow classmates, the quarters are flowing, the night is young, and there are risks to be taken. We are walking into the casino of life, armed with a huge pile of past wins, whether they be victories on the field, insightful conversations with professors, or fun times with friends. We can look forward to the many gambles that lie ahead, confident that we can absorb any disappointments and always end our days among the lucky ones.
With the ending of this academic year, 7 members of the faculty will have reached the conclusion of their Williams careers. We will now honor those who are able to be with us today, and the full list is printed in your program. James T. Carlton. Perhaps you have found a way to harness for yourself the power of the tide. How else to explain the limitless energy you have brought to sharing with students, scholars, policymakers, and the global public your lifelong fascination with human interactions with the sea? You have developed unique expertise on marine extinctions and on the invasion of water habitats by non-native species, often to disastrous effect. You are called in whenever a new invasion is suspected, have testified 9 times before Congress, worked on international agreements to better manage ballast water, and helped write the National Invasive Species Act. At the same time, you are the founding editor of the journal Biological Invasions. No wonder the Smithsonian has named you an ocean hero. Here at Williams, we regard you foremost as the longtime director of the Williams Mystic Program, at which students can pull a bucket of slime from the water's edge in Long Island Sound, or Louisiana, or California, and explore with you what it shows about the history of the interactions of species, aquatic and human, followed by a discussion of the literature and art that those interactions have inspired, concluding with an examination of public policies needed to ensure those interactions can continue into the future. There is no more experiential and interdisciplinary experience to be had by students anywhere. I hereby declare you Professor of Marine Sciences Emeritus, entitled to all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. Robert L. Fisher, Jr. The only guy in town who smiles when it snows in November and March and April. You have led the college's Nordic ski teams, men's and women's, since the Nixon administration. Over that time, your teams have consistently placed among the top tier in Division I, and you have been named Coach of the Year. Nationally, you have served on the NCAA Ski Rules Committee, as president of the Intercollegiate Ski Association, and for 2 years as assistant coach of the U.S. Nordic team, including for the Lake Placid Olympics. You have also brought to Williams the coaching techniques and traditions absorbed during sabbatical leaves immersed in the culture of Norway. Back here at home, you have helped promote the sport recreationally for skiers of all ages, and you have developed the college's training and competition facilities, first at Berlin Mountain, then Brody, and now Prospect, which has become a favored stop on the Eastern Carnival circuit. You have even applied these administrative skills to 2 stints as acting director of athletics. At the point of such well-earned retirement, many people choose to head south. But not surprisingly, you, whose inner compass has always pointed north, now move blissfully to Maine. I hereby declare you Assistant Professor of Physical Education Emeritus, entitled to all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. Robert D. Kavanaugh. Since coming to Williams in 1976, you have served the college in almost every way possible. In the classroom, you have introduced countless students to the marvels of human behavior. As a researcher, you have expanded our understanding of the mind of the child, and in particular, the important things that happen in that mind when adult and child play pretend. This long-term research project has led to a string of scholarly papers and has drawn in a great number of your students, many of whom have gone on in the field. You have chaired the psychology department during times of rapid growth, and in the 1990s, chaired the campus commission on race relations. You have served as dean of first-year students, were an early director of the Williams Exeter program at Oxford, and later directed the Oakley Center for the Humanities and Social Sciences. With department colleagues, you wrote an introductory psychology textbook that has been in wide use nationally, while locally, your interest in children has led to your service on the Williamstown Elementary School Committee and as president of the Williamstown Community Daycare Center. In short, you have exemplified the liberal arts faculty ideal of teacher, scholar, administrator, and citizen. I hereby declare you Hales Professor of Psychology Emeritus, entitled to all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. T. Michael Russo. A crisp fall afternoon, amid the splendor of Cole Field, and the beautiful game is being played elegantly under your bird-like eye. How many times has this scene played out? And how many players, parents, and fans have been caught in its spell, which to a large degree has been your spell? As the heart of men's soccer at Williams since 1979, you have not only won a national championship and been named National Coach of the Year, but you have advanced the culture of the game at the college and beyond. A lover of soccer growing up in nearby Deerfield, you studied coaching techniques in Germany and Holland, and you never lost sight of what is truly important, whether opportunities for your players to mentor local boys or honoring the memory of a teammate lost to cancer. In the tradition of Williams athletics, you took on other important responsibilities, including organizing the travel for all teams and coordinating for many years our physical education program. And you have also been the godfather of soccer regionally. No one has done more to promote youth soccer in the area, and there is not a youth player, boy or girl, within miles of here who has not benefited directly or indirectly from your devotion. All in all, this is quite a legacy. I hereby declare you Assistant Professor of Physical Education, Emeritus, entitled to all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. It is our custom at this time to award honorary degrees to people of great accomplishment in many varied walks of life. We hold them up as deserving of honor and as examples for our graduates this day. Our first honoree was to be sports journalist Frank DeFord, who unfortunately cannot be with us today because he has taken ill. So we begin with Gish Jen. After growing up between two cultures, you have devoted your career to exploring that landscape through the lens of fiction. The novels Typical American, Mona in the Promised Land, The Love Wife, and World in Town present, often with humor, characters pulled both east and west as they work out for themselves what it means to be from neither and from both. You have been especially focused on the personal, social, and political effects of the interplay between the individual and the collective, and in how people with different worldviews learn to hear each other or not. Your short fiction, collected under the title Who's Irish, has attained similar acclaim, being included in the series The Best American Short Stories and chosen by John Updike for the Best American Short Stories of the Century. You are a generous contributor to national dialogues through frequent writing for newspapers and magazines, as well as the book Tiger Writing, Art, Culture, and the Interdependent Self, based on the series of Massey lectures you were invited to give at Harvard. You have received a Lannan Literary Award and a Mildred and Harold Strauss Living Award from the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. There's that word again, American. Your work is now read in American studies programs across the country, aptly so, as it shows us, or perhaps reminds us, that American life is lived most genuinely on the personal and culture frontier. I hereby declare you recipient of the honorary degree Doctor of Letters, entitled to all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. Mario J. Molina. The son of a Mexican diplomat, you lived as a child both around the world and in the bathroom that you converted into a lab, having decided at a tender age to become a research chemist. Years later, you were merely following that same scientific curiosity, you have said, when as a postdoc, you discovered how benign-seeming chlorofluorocarbons, when released into the atmosphere and destroyed by the sun, release chlorine atoms that erode the layer of ozone that protects life on Earth. Your paper in the journal Nature met skepticism in the scientific community and beyond, but you persisted in raising the alarm with policymakers until the eventual detection of a dangerous hole in the layer. Within several years, international agreements were built to halt the release of CFCs, and the layer is now expected to recover completely by the middle of this century. For this insightful and heroic work, you shared the 1995 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. You've been elected to the American Association for the Advancement of Science, the U.S. National Academy of Science, and Mexico's Academy of Sciences. And this story of the scientific confirmation of a danger of human origin, a swift response by the international community, and a change in practice leading to environmental recovery inspires the current effort to reverse climate change, the subject to which you have now turned your powerful curiosity. I hereby declare you recipient of the honorary degree Doctor of Science, entitled to all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. Deval L. Patrick. With your having attended as a teenager the Williamstown-based orientation for the National Academic Talent Program, A Better Chance, and latterly taking up residence here in the Berkshires, we take neighborly pride in all that you have accomplished in between. This includes your work at the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund on the death penalty and voting rights. It includes your service as U.S. Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Rights Division in addressing racial profiling, police misconduct, fair lending, and human trafficking. It includes your successful argument before the U.S. Supreme Court, and it includes your experience at the highest levels of corporate law. After all of this, and against considerable odds, you won election as the 71st governor of Massachusetts, the first to be an African American, and one of the few to understand that the state's western border does not fall just beyond Worcester. Through 2 terms, you guided the state's response to the worst recession in memory and brought about reforms in transportation, education, and ethics. Your life's work has been to extend a better chance to all those who otherwise would not have one. Work animated by your belief that each of us, from the mightiest to the meekest, has the capacity to teach, inspire, and ennoble. I hereby declare you recipient of the honorary degree Doctor of Laws, entitled to all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. Ursula M. Burns. Much of your life can be encapsulated in 3 quotes. The first, you report that many people told me I had 3 strikes against me. I was black, I was a girl, and I was poor. The second, the counterclaim from your Panamanian immigrant single mother that where I was didn't define who I was. And the third, your observation that I'm a black lady from the Lower East Side of New York. Not a lot intimidates me. You admit having struggled at first to catch your footing in an education system designed to serve people different from you, but you persisted to earn bachelor's and master's degrees in mechanical engineering. A summer internship led to a career-long service at Xerox, where you rose in 1999 to become vice president for global manufacturing, and in 2009 to become the first female African-American CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Leading an organization that operates in 180 countries with 140,000 employees, you have repeatedly been named by Forbes as one of the most powerful women in the world. You are transforming Xerox from a document hardware company into a provider of business services, while at the same time serving as the vice chair of the President's Export Council and helping to lead the White House program on STEM education. Here, then, is a 4th quote, equally telling. Dreams do come true, you have said, but not without the help of others, a good education, a strong work ethic, and the courage to lean in. I hereby declare you recipient of the honorary degree Doctor of Laws, entitled to all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. It is our custom to ask one of our honored guests to speak on behalf of the entire group of recipients of honorary degrees. This year, we will have the pleasure of hearing from Ursula Burns.
So good, is it afternoon or morning? So good day. Thank you, President Falk, Chairman Eisenson, and members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished faculty and alumni, my fellow honorees. Now listen to this. We have a Nobel Prize winner, a former two-term governor, a world-renowned writer, and little old me. To parents, friends, well-wishers, and most of all, to you, the graduates of Williams College, class of 2015, in a couple of minutes. It is a great privilege to be with you today and to become a part of your community, if only for a very short time. I thank you. It's really hard for me not to reflect on my own graduation back in 1980. It was really a dream come true for me and for my family. I grew up in a single-parent household in the public housing projects of Lower Manhattan. My mother's highest income year in her life was $4,400. yet she managed to send me to Catholic schools from first grade all the way through to high school. I didn't really appreciate it then, but it was a gift of immeasurable value. That was followed by a scholarship to Brooklyn Polytechnic, now NYU Poly, and on to a master's degree at Columbia University, both in mechanical engineering. My mother saw education as a way up and out of the projects. She saw it as a liberator for all of us. She made whatever sacrifices were necessary to see to it that my brother, my sister, and I had an opportunity to get a good education and have the discipline to take advantage of it. All of the graduates here today had that same opportunity. All of you will immerse yourself in a world full of opportunity and challenge. What is amazing to me is that you are entering an America that my generation could barely imagine. If you saw the movie Selma, who saw it? If you haven't seen it, you should see it. You must see it. You can appreciate how far America has come in the lifetimes of the parents and faculty here today. An African-American president, elected not once but twice. A credible woman presidential candidate. Governor of Massachusetts, not one but twice, an African-American. But you are also entering a pretty messy world, a pretty messy America. The words of Charles Dickens in the 18th century when he was describing London apply here. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the season of light, it was the season of darkness. We live in a world of both sobering challenges and awesome opportunities. As you leave this serene campus, you realize that there is something very wrong in America. Our political system seems incapable of action, and too often our political rhetoric is devoid of civility. Our public education system falls short in instilling the skills necessary to thrive in a 21st century economy. The right of all Americans to vote, a right won by blood and sacrifice, is under intense attack. Affordable health care in this great America is still not accessible to many. Very telling is the incidence of killings of black men by those sworn to protect them. Women still systematically earn less than men. I can go on and on. And yet, for all of these shortcomings, our system of government remains the envy of the world and a beacon of inspiration for freedom. Our economy is the world's largest, and our ability to innovate continues to lead the world and create new businesses and industries. Our colleges and universities, including Exalted Williams, are the envy of the world. And while far too many of our citizens still encounter injustices in their daily lives, equity and inclusion have come a long, long way. So my advice to you is to not be discouraged. Yes, we do have problems, but you are entering an America that is full of hope, promise, and opportunity for you. In fact, you have a choice to make. You now have a Williams degree, which is your ticket to success and comfort. You can wring your hands over the sad state of affairs, or you can become part of the crusade for continuous change. You can reap the benefits of the sacrifices of those who have gone before you, or you can honor the memory of those whose shoulders you stand today and help build a better tomorrow. I'd suggest that you have actually no choice at all. In fact, when you enrolled at Williams, you already cast your vote. This noble institution does not graduate people content to sit on the sidelines. Whether you fully appreciate it yet or not, a Williams education commands you to the front lines. You are all about capacity and obligation. You have learned it and earned it here, and so you have to lead. This responsibility is a double-edged sword, I know. So you guys have all worked hard to reach this day, and think it's a little bit tempting to just sit back for a while, but I am here to ask you to please lean forward, to lean in. America is both the nation, the greatest nation on earth, and as I said earlier, still a messy place, a work in progress. No generation can complete the task, but every single generation must try. And here's a prediction. As you reflect on your life's journey, hopefully many, many years from now, the accomplishments that give you the most satisfaction won't be what you did to gratify yourself, but what you did to help others. What we are remembered for is the impact that we had on our family, our communities, the country, and the world. It's what the journalist David Brooks, who was a Williams 2012 honorary degree recipient, was getting at in a recent column that he wrote called The Moral Bucket List. He describes two sets of virtues, the resume virtues and the eulogy virtues. The resume virtues are what you bring to your careers. The eulogy virtues are what are talked about at your funeral. Brooks warns that if you live your life for external achievement and gratification alone, these resume virtues, deeper parts of you will go unexplored. You will fall into a sort of moral mediocrity that ignores the yearnings of your better self. Brooks puts it this way: people on the road to inner light do not find their vocations by asking, "What do I want from life?" They ask, "What is life asking of me?" I suggest that at this time and place, a lot is being asked of you and your generation. Look for ways to engage, seek pathways that enable you to contribute, harness your education and good fortune in the service of others. And as my mother would say, leave behind more than you take away. It's the ultimate win-win, good for others, but enriching and rewarding for you too. Now, I'm a big listener to 80s, 70s, and 80s Motown music. And I listen to a particular radio station called Station 49 on XM Radio. Listen to it sometimes. It's pretty cool. And recently, I was driving with my daughter to a place in Pennsylvania, and a great song came on. And it was by a man named Gil Scott-Heron. You know? Yeah. And I was thinking about these words, and I had one speech, and I didn't particularly like it. And I was listening to this song, and the song is called "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised." Right? You know it? And he says something in the beginning of the song that changed my whole thinking about how I speak to young people today. He says, "You will not be able to sit home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You have to engage. Today's ceremony is called a commencement for a good reason. You begin the rest of your lives armed with a great education made possible by a wonderful college. You have the loving support of your families who have sacrificed a mighty amount to make this day possible. And you stand on the shoulders of the brave men and women who have paved the road ahead of you. The rest is up to you. Today you begin to write the rest of your life story, and I say, write it well and write it in boldface. Congratulations."
Thank you so much, Ursula. It is now my great pleasure to ask Dean Bolton to present the candidates for degrees.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present the following candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in the History of Art. Walker Peterson Downey. Alexandra Pope Fortis. Sarah B. Green. Elliot Martin Krasnopoler. Emma Antoinette Lyman. Jason Edward Minkiewicz. Elizabeth Claire Rivard. Daniel Stanley Smith. Nathan Edward Stobaugh. Hei Jong Yoon, and Laurel Rachel Young.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in the History of Art, entitled to all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present the following fellows at the Center for Development Economics for the degree of Master of Arts in Policy Economics. Diala El Masri, Justine Ayavare, Daniela Bilbao Martinez, Birendra Bahadur Buddha, Reno Joseph Nunez Cantre, Selarat Chum, Vanille Jamini, Alejandro Galopo, Sayed Ali bin Hassan, Yvette Christine Lapus Herrera, Belisti Adunya Kebe, Samir Khaila, Chenga Wanchi Michael Kimby, Lei Fung Tao, Lequago Stephen, Mercy Machiza, Jane Mbuyi, Venancio Mzonda, Nantumbwe Brenda, Albino John Ajak, Nganikie Baltazar, Nguyen Min Kwong, Mirjana Popovic, Yasmin Portillo Chang in absentia, Mandambulantina Arsu Rakut Manana, Byomputsok Tserendajid, Chizomo Alice Tsonga, Wazir Khan Verak, Krishani Witanage, and Saupia Young.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Policy Economics, entitled to all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present the following candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Isabel Eve Abraham Raveson, Sarah Monique Abramson, Paul Adeleke. Etienne Gandu Uduya. Marshall Yoshito Akita. Jennifer Abna Akato. Alexis Ration Akridge. Samuel Theodore Herzl Amdur IV. Sean Nishith Amin. Alyssa Kristen Amos. Lily Xiao An. Martha Louise Anderson in absentia. Garrett Arthur Anstreicher. Parmelier Ernestine Arrington. John Patrick Achu. Lillian Marie Lynch Audette. Benjamin Lee Augenbraun, summa cum laude. Peter Gilliam Awad. Gabriela Freifeld Azevedo. Joseph Alfred Baca III. Mizel Mohammed Badruddin. Eljas Bakit. Clady Banca. Dylan Matthew Barber. Tatum Ali Barnes. Allison Helena Barrett. Ryan Christopher Barry. Thomas Andrew Bowden Jr. Gregory Blum Becker. Rebecca Kruger Bell. Lauren Michelle Bender. Emma Marie Benjamin. Elizabeth Ann Bergren. Henry Samuel Bergman. Laura Elizabeth Berman. Timothy Michael Berry. Andrew James Best. Riley Rose Bethia. Rowan Samir Bott. Emma Wilkinson Bick. Charles Renee Billadou. Christy Elizabeth Black. Antonio Blanco. Jacob Farwell Blau. Jesper Kittleson Bod. Bachin Boldbat. Brent Ernest Baumkamp. Ethan Daniel Bory. Chelsea Danae Boydston. Wyatt Bradley Boyer. Kathleen Elizabeth Brantley. Andrew Albert Bravo. Mitchell Seth Breitbart. Jonathan Evan Brenner. Sarah Lamoureux Brink. Gabriella Talia Bronfman. Marcel Gerard Brown. Savannah Maria Brown. William Alexander Brown IV. Caroline Winston Bruno. Ryan Omar Buchanan. Erica Elizabeth Bucky. Mattia Budishin. Catherine Louise Boymaster. Andres Javier Burbank Crump. Rachel Catherine Burns. Thomas John Kabarli. Talia Jean Kalnick Sujin. Emma Pingree Cannon. Timothy Richard Cannon. Geddes Stephen Cardenas Cabrera. Christine Bradford Case. Alejandra Trinidad Castañeda. Christopher McLean Chandler. Samuel Richard Revel Chapin. Alice Ultes Chapman. Yogita Malini Chaturdusi. Kevin Michael Chen. Nicole Guan Chen. Elliot Maxwell Chester. Wen Him Chung. Tamuka Chitanguro. Charles Brandon Chirinos. Achala Chitor. Juno Cho. Juwan Michelle Choi. Carrie Guanhui Chu. Corbin Christopher Chu. Edward Chibanu. Isaiah Michael Clark. Sarah Lindsay Clark. Julia Rose Kahn Klein. Erin Hope Cohen. Christopher Daniel Conder. Caitlin Provost Conlon. Gabriela Contreras Cisneros. Matthew Christopher Conway. Ellen Nicole Cook. Hillary Skinner Cook. Benjamin Eric Corwin. Luisa Fantini Costa. Cody Eugene Kotner. Sarah Croft Cottrell. Matias Jorge Crespo. Christine Mary Cunningham. Erin Elizabeth Curley. Rebecca Elizabeth Curran. Samantha Starrett Cutts. Corey Christina Dakers. Patrick Ryan Daly. Benjamin Jenks Dalzell. Julia Elena Damian, summa cum laude. Fiona Wei Dang. Nell Carlisle Davis. Natalie Rose Dawson. Paul Alexander Dederick. Alexander Joseph DeBar. Jonathan Lawrence Daly. Benjamin Hayes DeMeo. Cecilia Rose Denhard. Catherine Elizabeth Dennis. Samuel Softness Devine. Elizabeth Ann Dietz. Bethany Joy Rockwell Dixon. Kathleen Hayward Donahue. Shayna Rochelle Dorsey. Sean Patrick Doherty. Adrian Paul Downey. Julian Stephen Drabetsky. Daniel Robert Druckman. Rebecca Ann Dreyer. Andrea Athena Dunches. Phuong Bin Din Duong. Emily Jashotko. Elizabeth Comfort Eads. William Byard Earl. Benjamin Charles Eastburn. Carolina Echenique Katinchi. Iodel Justice Ecator. Amber Denise Ellis. Clyde William Engel Jr. Taylor Dean Epley in absentia. Jean-Luc Okaya Etienne. Danielle Evangelikos. Hamza Farouk. Elena Lee Faverio. Adrienne Marcel de Malanta Favis. Alan Carlos Felix. Alistair James Ferguson. Marguerite Alexis Ferreira Anthony. Catherine Gilly Flanagan. Moses Jacob Elijah Flash. Charlotte Eleanor Curry Fleming. Michael James Flynn. Kadir Jabril Forbes. Alexander Crowley Foucault. Emily Louise Fox. Simone Claire Frank. Jesse Benjamin Freeman, summa cum laude. Hannah Rose Friedland. Emily Eggleston Gaddis. Masarame Haifeli. Kyle Patrick Gaffney. Henry David Gaines. Jennifer Galavis. Nicholas Kirtland Gardner. Andrea Garduno. Rebecca Elaine Gendelman. Emily Michaels Gerber. Madeline Jane Gilmore. Lauren Elizabeth Glenn. Jacob Andrew Goldenring. Nitsan Goldstein. Jonathan Aaron Gonzalez. Veronica Jean Gould. Andrew Christopher Grabowski. Zachary Robert Grady. Addington Kai Graham. Clarissa Granados. Ashley Michelle Dixon Graves. Nicholas McGargy Greaves Tennell. Bryce Cattell Green. Matthew Charles Green. Samuel Ian Green. Quinn Hampton Griffin. Jasmine Lynette Grismore. Dylan Paul Griswold. Christian James Gronbeck. James Brewster Grusecki. Alexander Guo. Carrie Wade Harefield IV. Kristen Corey Halverson. Siobhan Justine Harity in absentia. Sarah Fatima Hassan. Amir Daniel Hay. Shola Ayube Hay. Annie Elizabeth Hayner. Karen He. Lydia Claire Heinrichs, summa cum laude. Jennifer Joan Helenek. No? Okay. Andre Caroline Heller. Michael Robert Hellstern. Joshua Kevin Hellcamp. Al Hameda in absentia. Arancha Henderson. Paris Kent Heyman. Drake Hannah Hicks. Ernest Monroe Higginbotham II. Michelle Irene Higgins. Samuel Niebuhr Hine. James Albert Hitchcock. Julia Stevenson Hoke. John Vandermark Hoover. Jillian Kathleen Horner. Miles Dakota Horton. Carson Vincent Houle. Benjamin Carlton Hoyle. Shannon Xiao Su. Banyi Huang. Yvonne Jacob Werfano. Christopher Knight Huffaker. Margaret Ann Hughes. Alyssa Marin Barheit Hult. Veronique Felicia Ignace. Aldis Pauls Indy. Laurel Elizabeth Jerombeck. David Anthony Jarrett. Alexandra Suzanne Jensen. Catherine Ann Jolin. Benjamin Sneath Jones. Gloria Jong-hee Ju. Aaron Jordan. Julie Jung. Diana D. Kang. Paza Kapembwa. Salman Anwar Karim. Caroline Cecil Kaufman. Michaela Erin Kearney. Eric Michael Kelly. Edward Joseph Kelly. Catherine Callanan Kiernan. Stephen Jeffrey Kiesel. Joseph Ryan Kilcunnan. Ashley A. Kim. Douglas J. Woo Kim. Grace Kim. Simon Kim. Joseph Richard Kinney. Donald Ray Cost. Anastasia Kovalova. Adine Moshe Krieger-Benson. Daniel Lawrence Kernick. Haley Jean Ladd Luthringshauser. Andre Marcel Lafontant. Apurva Lal. Timothy Robinson Latimer. Sally J. Lau. Cindy Lay. Julia Nguyen Lay in absentia. Jacqueline Yoon Lee. Samuel Cole Leiter. Claire Elizabeth Lempres. Christopher Robert Lentz. Isaiah Herschel Leonard, summa cum laude. Kelsey Reed Leonard. Samuel William Lewis, summa cum laude. Claire Allison Lukehart Lidston. Rak Dong Lim. Brandon Vincent Ling. Aviv Moshe Lipman. Victoria Kate Lipman. Enze Angela Liu. Niall Marcellus Livingston. Jessamine Rosalie Lockard. Isaac Lowe, summa cum laude. Minika Long. Daniel Joseph Lofren. Terhaka Tariq Love. Kelsey Alexandra Loy. Michael Benser Luciani, in absentia. Elena Luthi. Lillian Ma. Kelly Thompson McDonald. Michael Gordon Madding. Jenna Margot Maddock. Allison Stewart Magruder. John Maimoni Medwick. Victor Weitzel Major. Bridget Ann Malicki. Molly Ryan Malinowski. Tyler Pake Mallory. Joseph Andrew Malik. Sergio David Manrique. Timothy Michael Marchese. Jeremy David Markson. Kira Danielle Marrero. Alexandra Veronica Marshall. Melissa Alejandra Martinez. Emma Hillary Martucci. James Benjamin Marvel Cohen. Michelle Ann May Curry. Doris Mwenbwa Babu. Perry Lee McCarthy. Connor Cornell McClintock. Nathan Robert McHugh. Catherine Sturgis McDowell. Philip Francis McGovern V. Alexandra Grace McInturf. John Patrick McKenna, in absentia. Connor Hamilton McLean. Brian Sailors McNamara. Michael Curran McPhee. Dylan Russell Meacham. Cole Mitchell Meisenhelder. Diana Lisette Mejia. Juan Rolando Mena III. Danzim Khan Milky. Camila Paola Miller. Claire Petra Miller. Lauren Elaine Miller. Lena Marie Miller. Nathan Graham Fox Miller. Tara King Miller. Peter Joseph Mistretta. Adrian Alexander Mitchell. Margaret Frazier Mitz. Medina Siobhan Modi Fitzmaurice. Tobo Magojwe. Marilisande Montes de Oca. Felicia Ray Alexa Morgan. Kevin Arseni Morel, in absentia. Erica Lynn Muskowski. Monisha Rani Mukherjee. Maeve McLaughlin Mulholland. Sarah Maria Munoz. Matthew Adam Morales. Thomas Michael Murphy. Zatut Nai. Alexander Krishnan Nanda. Cooper Nasseri, in absentia. Rahul Nath. Benjamin Joshua Nathan. Andrew Joseph Nemeth. Michael Frederick Neubauer, summa cum laude. Stephanie Ann Newell. Austin To Nguyen. Yasmin Sibone Nichols. Jared Alexander Knoll. Claire Linnea Sandberg O'Brien. Laurel Beth O'Connor. Emily Barbara O'Day. Charles Taylor Odleifson. Oladeji Olaiwola Oduwade. Sam Donovan O'Donnell. Kwesi Bekwe Ofe Ado. Hannah Emily Olson. Kimberly Esther Oliva. Lena Orishetmen Olumide. Eleanor Frankelia O'Neill. Amelia Jordan Ortiz. Joseph Ose. Perry Morris Osgood. Marcela Osorio. Randall Robert Otis. Abra Madeline Owens. Nancy Ann Palmer. Denise Park. Monica Magda Pastor. Ashini Sanjeev Patel. Naomi Joy Patterson. Colin Chapman Pett Gray. Diana Catalina Pelaez. Scott Graham Pelton Stroud. Rosalia Malio Pembroke. Alexandra Lewis Pena. Niharika Pendurti. Alina Demetria Penny. Amber Dominique Penny. Samantha Nicole Petty. Olivia Ong Pham. Michael Aaron Phillips. Molly Mack Pickle. Lucas Robert Pierce. Quinn Decker Pitcher. Stefan Svetanov Popov. Jacqueline Duker Porfilio. Mitchell Lee Previtt. Molly Council Prindle. Ryan Christopher Prakash. Elena Catherine Polano. Stacy Nelson Purcell. William Beck Raskin. Rhea Elise Rasmussen. Bryn Marie Reinstedler. Thaddeus James Ricotta. Jacqueline Rodriguez. Marianne Rodriguez. David Philip Rodriguez Lenge. Megan Catherine Rogers. Anne Haley Rojas. Cesar David Roman. Eric Antonio Romano. Brandon Jacob Romero. Hayden Kahana Rook-Lay. Alejandra Rosales. Phoebe Josephine Rosen. Sophia Lung Rosenfeld. Emily Lynn Rott. Ivan Alexiovich Rybkin. Miho Sakuma. Haley Piper Salquist. Gabriel Orr Samick. Salalai Samora. Caroline Cassidy Swain. Shanice Tatiana Scantleberry. Benjamin Allen Schneider. Eric George Schneider. Amanda Lee Schott. Gwendolyn Elspeth Schultz. Jack Vidal Schweighauser. Alexander Frederick Sikorka. Christopher Florian Seitz. Anush Kamlesh Shah. Khan Asfundyar Shirani. Robin Alexandra Shapiro. Austin Kilbourne Shea. Michael Eugene Shelton in absentia. Firas Ali Shanib. Marissa Poya Shea. Shelby Miriam Schote. Avishek Kaji Shrestha. Daniel Max Siegel. Alexander James Silver. Griffith Gerard Simon. Chetan Singhal. Kara Sinha. Mahani Elizabeth Sippel. Jacob Robert Slater. Allison Grace Carswell Smith. Hannah Witten Smith. Herbert Poston Smith. Llewellyn Stewart Smith. Anna Jane Fisher Solovi. Melissa Ann Soul. Tyler Joseph Sparks. Anna Isabel Spears. Rebecca Elizabeth Staff. Alice Elizabeth Steers. Benno Jacob Stein. Gabriel Scott Stevens. Morgan Kelso Stevens. Haley Ann Stewart. Zachary Lee Stewart. Adrian Del Signore Strait. Philip Christian Sull in absentia. Alex Chenwei Sun. Catherine Julia Sousa. John Philip Sutton. Carl Joseph Zanton. Ali Reza Tafreshi. Pontcrete Tanavisarut. Russell David Taylor. Max Tejeda Albrecht. Dylan Chevalier Thomas. Jasmine McKay Tomazian. Nathan James Thompson. Sarah Elizabeth Thompson. Sarah Frances Thompson. Stacy Anna Thompson. Alexandra Ting. Alyssa Lauren Tomkowitz. Hannah Christine Tomazawa. Tabitha Wambuga Tongoy. Joshua Torres in absentia. Cole Nathaniel Townsend. Catherine Marie Trish. Giselle Alessandra Trevino. Samantha Anihia Troya. Nikita Gaetan Van Biene. Hannah Lee Van Wetter. Melissa Vargas. Philip Augustus Baron von Hahn. Tess Elizabeth Vorselin. Amanda May Walker. Kaya Ashley Walker. Kelly Darlene Wall. Alexander James Walsh. Erica Danielle Watkins. Una Getz Watkins. Christopher George Weiss. Madison McKee Wiest. Lily Becker Wellenbach. Garrett Gabriel Welson. Natalie Merrill Warehouser. Paige Lauren Whidbey. Daniel James Whittam. Will Johnson Wachurski. Mariah Capps Widman. Christopher Kosman Wilkinson. Michael Austin Williams. Lanny Wilmar. Dane James Wilson. Alani Sky Wilson. Daniel Rock Wall. David Yan. Robert William Yang. Aaron Y. Yip. G1 Yu. Jimin Yu. Daniela Zarate. Nancy Zhang. Chelsea Xian Zhu. Shannon Marie Zikovich. Abigail Rose Zimmerman Neefield. Lauren Olivia Nevin, summa cum laude. Long Phi Dong. Emma Krinsky Harrington, summa cum laude. Asil Abulhab, Marshal to the class. Kirby Shea Nooner, Marshal to the class. Neo Magwati, Marshal to the class. And Christopher Andrew Reeg, Marshal to the class. Will all members of the senior class please stand for the conferring of the degree?
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, entitled to all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations. We'll be collecting your hat deposits after the ceremony. I now call on Lila Jerry, President of the Society of Alumni, to welcome our new recipients of degrees.
Class of 2015, on behalf of the Society of Alumni of Williams College, congratulations on your outstanding achievement and welcome to the Society. You now join a unique family with a long and hallowed tradition of supporting our alma mater with emotional and financial sustenance. The tradition of alumni support of the college is the envy of many institutions around the country, and it is something in which many of us take great pride. The Society of Alumni is a steward of traditions, homecoming, football games, class reunions, but more significantly, the Society is a steward of relationships. The one you have with this place, the relationships that you made during your time here, and the ones that await you with a Williams alumni of all ages across the country and across the world. I want to share something with you that a former Alumni Society president shared with me. There's a passage from a writer and theologian, Frederick Buechner. In the piece, Buechner describes a relationship with another individual, but it resonates as a poignant expression of the relationship that many devoted alumni have with each other and with Williams. He writes, "When you remember me, it means you have carried something of who I am with you, and I have left some mark of who I am on who you are. It means that you can summon me back to your mind, even though countless years and miles may stand between us. It means that if we meet again, you will know me. As alumni of Williams College, you will always be known and cared for by those who have gone before you and who share this special relationship with a small liberal arts college in the northwest corner of Massachusetts. Stay involved with Williams, come back to campus, attend your reunions, volunteer for your class. We will keep in touch with you, and we will be looking for you out there in the real world. Class of 2015, welcome to the Society."
Thank you, Lila. With these ceremonies now drawing to a close, and in bidding you all farewell, I would remind the audience to remain standing until after the academic procession has moved out of the area, and ask the new graduates to remain in line until they have reached Chapin Hall. As is our custom, we will now sing 2 verses of the Mountains, after which the chaplain to the college will offer a benediction. You will find the words to the Mountains, accompanied by our own Williams Commencement Ensemble, in the program book.
With their kingly forest golden heights along shall mingle with anthems that winds and fountains sing. Till hill and valley gaily, gaily ring. Beneath the peaceful shadows may old William stand, till the suns and mountains nevermore shall be. The glory and the honor of our mountain land, and the dwelling of the gallant and the free. The mountains, we greet them with a song, whose echoes rebounding their woodland heights along, shall mingle with anthems that winds and fountains sing. Till hill and valley gaily, gaily ring.
It began in the lush green of late summer. Endless skies, soft air, and the new embrace of ancient hills. It began in days jangling with adrenaline, the fresh chemistry of experiments with friendship, explorations of mind and heart, examinations of intellect and character. You remember. It continued through golden seasons, times of ripe fruit and luminous foliage, insistent labors, greeting the mountains with a song. And it wound on through the time of wind-stripped branches, examinations and their associated tribulations, first snow, and more snow, and endless snow, and last snow, and mud, and lilacs. You remember. Now it begins again. The sky is endless again. The air is soft, and there are mountains beyond these mountains whose new embrace awaits. But in order to begin, it also has to end. So, first, may the ending be a blessing to you. May it give you the freedom to let go of what you need to leave behind you. May it give you a clear view of what you have accomplished, how you have changed, who you have been becoming. May the ending bless you with gratitude for what has been given, forgiveness for what has gone wrong, and gladness for what has been possible. And then, may the beginning be a blessing to you. May it stir in you a sense of urgency about things that need to be done now, wrongs that need to be righted, broken things that need to be fixed, understanding that needs to be built one conversation at a time. May the beginning bless you with inspiration for what calls you, needs you, depends on you, enlivens you. And finally, may the abiding be a blessing to you, because some things neither end nor begin, but abide. May the peace and beauty of these timeless hills abide with you. May the wideness of this sky abide with you. May the electricity of these discoveries abide with you. May the inspiration of these heroes and these friends abide with you. May the things that abide bless you, even when you are far from this place and time, because this place and time will never be far now from you. You'll remember, and so will we. The blessing of the end, the beginning, the abiding. So be it. Alleluia, alhamdulillah, amen.
Mr. Sheriff, pray, bring these ceremonies to a close.
The 226th commencement of Williams College is hereby terminated. God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.